Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you guys are having a great Friday morning, and we're going to kick it off by exploring a few misidentified errors. These are images I pulled off of eBay as examples of coins that are being sold as genuine errors. Okay, now there's a few things there are a few things that are just misidentified there, and the coin is actually an error, or there's a few coins that people are under the belief that manufacturing issues relate to mint errors, and they couldn't be any more different. But first, we have this 1993 P, and I'm going to go ahead and read out the subject line for the eBay listing. 93P Roosevelt dime obverse off-center double rim error. See photos. Alright, so this is a couple snippets of the images pulled off of that particular listing. And if you could take a look at the arrows, okay, this is obviously the areas in question on the coin that is the selling feature for the listing. Okay, in terms of error coinage, there's no such thing as a double rim. It could either be one of two things. There is a off-center coin, misaligned die, which usually affects just one side of the coin, where it looks off-center in relation to the other side of the coin. And you have this one, where if you look at the obverse, where Roosevelt's head portrait is on, you could see the reading of the edge right on the rim of the coin, and they simply call this a tilted collar clash. It's actually a pretty neat error, and one that you don't see that often. This coin here displays it very well. It's just misworded on the title, and I had sent the seller a clarification on the actual error, but it's really neat because you have actually the impression of the reading on the rim of the coin. It's neither an off-center or a misaligned die in this case. So that is your tilted collar clash Roosevelt dime. So the second coin that we have here today is going to be a 1989 Lincoln cent, and this is verbatim Lincoln cent double United States of America. And this is one that I come across very frequently. It's actually very easy to understand once you try and explain it. There's a number of different doubling. Okay, there's hub doubling, which is the kind of variety that you want because they're worth a lot more money. The coins, have a number of classifications. There's a class 1 all the way up to a class 9, 10, 11, whatever it is. There's a bunch of different classifications of various hub doubling. Some of the more famous hub doubled coins, the 1955 Lincoln cent is a good example, 1936, 1917. Some of the more recent ones are the 69S, the 1972, which a lot of you guys are familiar of. 1995 is another great example of hub doubled coinage, and this particular one right here is what we call in the hobby as die deterioration doubling or mechanical doubling, and it's really all as a result of really worn dies. So as the coin is being ejected out of the striking chamber, all right, and it finally unsticks itself from the die, that's where you're going to come across a lot of these step-like features and deterioration. Some of the hallmarks you want to look for realistic, authentic hub double coins are the tremendous spread. You're not going to get the step appearance of the doubling. Plus, you're also going to have like splitting of the serifs. You'll actually see two serifs spread out in varying degrees on the coins. But there's a lot of research that you could do online on hub doubling coins, and there's a lot of reference out there to help you in this regard. And the final coin that we're going to talk about here today is going to be a 2016 D Lincoln Shield cent penny All right, it says new gas bubbles, obverse reverse, mint error. All right, so let me make this absolutely clear, because this one tricks a lot of people, especially it affects mostly just Lincoln cents, the more modern ones that are zinc or copper coated zinc planchets. The copper coating on these coins doesn't really adhere too well to the zinc. As a matter of fact, if there was some way, somehow, chemically, you could detach the copper plating, which has been done before. I've seen experiments where someone had drilled a tiny little pilot hole right on the edge of the coin, and then throw it in some acid or a can of soda will do that too, and it'll deteriorate the zinc core of the coin, and all you have is this really cool casing of there it's made of copper. So once you get any sort of air or moisture underneath the layer, it's real easy, because these coins, as they're being struck, the copper coating on all these planchets are very thin. So even just a little permutation of around the date or around Liberty or whatever the case is, the moment that you get a little bit of air or moisture under there, it's going to cause these bubbles. All right, and that's simply a reaction from the zinc. There are cases where the plating actually looks like maybe a secondary digit, or it looks like a doubling of a device. It can get really tricky, but because the plating bubbles can appear round, they can appear long. It might even look like a long die crack on some of these coins. So it's definitely something that you want to be careful of as far as misattributing these as an actual mint error, because it's a common occurrence on any modern coin post 1982. So that kind of wraps up what I have to say as far as keeping an eye on various types of errors that are misrepresented as such. You see it all the time on eBay. I pulled these three in the first like 50 listings in the error coin section of the site, and these all appear as being some of the ones that are in recently. Now, it may seem harmless because a lot of these coins are being sold for $2-3, but the more you buy of them thinking that they're something that they're really not, you can end up losing quite a bit of money. But it's really great to just kind of go on the auction site, take a look at all the coins, just kind of familiarize yourself with, okay, is this a legitimate error or is this one bogus? And that's what I did when I was trying to get into error coin collecting back around 2002. There's a lot of homework to be done, because again, it could trick you. Alright guys, sorry to keep this long-winded. We're approaching the 9-minute mark, and we're just going to go ahead and close it out. If you guys have questions, comments, go ahead and post them below. And I apologize again. I'm trying to sort through hundreds of emails and comments, and eventually I'll get to yours. Okay, so please be patient. I will take care of that for you. And if you like the content, go ahead and hit the like button for me. Give me a great thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. All right, I appreciate your guys' time, and have a good day. Take care.